So I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Yeah. Y'all already know what it is. The voice of reason, back at Dash Radio, live up in this mug. Y'all already know how we get down. If this is your first time tuning into the voice of reason, let me tell you real quickly what we do. Who did that? Was it you? It was you, Phil. Phil is our engineer. HBCU educated. He's with the dogs frat. What is that? Omega Sci-Fi? Is that y'all? Look, he's like, yes, indeed, that is us. Yes, yes, yes. But he be fucking up sometimes. I love the brother, though. He's a good brother, man. Town business from the Bay Area. He from Richmond, though. Not quite town business. Would that be out of town business? Nah, he's a good brother. My man, Phil. But let me just break this down. If this is your first time tuning into the Voice of Reason, let me tell you exactly what we do. I badger women with deep intellectual conversations about relationships. And I badger them in a good way.
Yes.
Like a guru would badger his pupil. I'm just... Your homegirl is looking at me like, this nigga. Anyway, but I present topics that call women to be accountable for certain relationship experiences. You know that nigga wasn't shit. Your intuition told you and you ignored it. Whose fault is that? His or yours? Okay, cool. So we do stuff like that. But what I love about the show is we've created an environment where women don't get judged for what they think and feel, right? They get to talk freely without judgment. It's a very objective, open, free-flowing kind of show. Do you agree, ladies?
Yes, totally.
I be on your head a little bit, but that's only to keep you honest, because you know y'all be,
holding back a smidge.
Holding back, fucking up, lying, outright lying sometimes.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
shit.
it might be a nigga I might want to fuck with listening, and he can't know every secret.
See?
I'm just saying.
See?
There might be one out there.
And the ladies continue to pour in.
Tiff in a place to be.
Shit, I want to change the mood now. This beat is a little too upbeat. And gifts.
Oh, breathalyzers.
This
Yes.
is how you please a man. You bring forth tribute to the king.
Yes. Hilarious.
No, you know what was crazy? Earlier today, my homeboy Mark, who works here at Dash Radio, he was like, Zoe, I got this girl, very intelligent, beautiful. I was talking to her. She's accomplished. She wants a show. I was thinking about putting her on Dash Talk. What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait a minute. Did you say she was beautiful?
Right.
And then he goes, yeah. She's gorgeous. I was like, really? Have her bathed and brought to my tent immediately. And he was like, oh, God. But then I thought, like, damn, we live in a time where we can't even joke like that anymore.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, they be like.
I was like, bathe her!
Not bather.
You know what one of my favorite lines is from one of those shows?
What?
I like it when or whoever is talking, surrounded by a bunch of people, wants to talk to one person. And he said 2 words, and he's not even loud, but everybody responds. And when you've heard James Earl Jones say it as the king of Zamunda. You've heard Palpatine say it in Star Wars. It's 2 words. Can you guys know what those 2 words are? Yeah. Guys don't be paying attention to the movies like that.
You only said 2 words.
Leave us. And everybody
Leave us.
I love to start using that shit. I'm gonna walk up to a female in a crowded club, and I'm just gonna go. And she's gonna be with her friends, and I'm gonna go, leave us.
And
she's
go,
gonna know.
Exactly.
She's gonna know what
Right.
leave us. They're gonna be like, this nigga's serious.
And her friends are gonna say, excuse me.
But it's gonna be me. So they will know, like, well, this nigga's special. And then they will depart. Look, we gotta take pictures of her face. That's she has no control of her face right now.
I don't at all. Never.
We need that. All right, so look, let me get down to it before we get into today's topic. You guys already know I like to promote, Black-owned businesses, people that are, struggling, man, trying to get their business off the ground. And shit, promoting on radio is expensive than a motherfucker. You understand? And we got a huge following, so I'm like, well, fuck it then. Let's start, highlighting certain businesses.
Right.
Yep.
You already know I highlight the fuck out of Total Package Energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's really the best shit ever. I drink like 2 of them a day, be bouncing off the wall until like 3 in the morning. Just like, just tripping. It's the best shit ever. Don't ever go on a long drive without Total Package Energy. The homies out of Oakland produced this. My homeboy is actually driving down here right now with 10 more cases of this for me. So I might be handing out Total Package Energy for Christmas, my nigga. No, I won't. I really don't like sharing it.
No.
It's really rare that I give up a bottle of this. It's better than 5 Hour Energy. It's better than all that other shit, Monster, Red Bull, it's better than all of it. At least for me.
I agree.
Has it worked for you?
Oh, it truly has. I love it.
Have you used it, Peaches?
No. I don't drink energy drinks because I'm just so full of it already.
Okay, all right.
Somebody be in a lot of trouble if I drink one of them because I got a
Okay, well, never mind. You don't need of this.
Okay.
But I know Tiffany has used it.
Yes, and I usually say what Peaches says about, like, I'm full of energy, I'm high on life, but it helps you. One, I work out a lot, so it helps with the workouts, but also it helps keep you alert. So you might be awake, but not like your fullest self.
Right.
And so I like it because you don't get jitters. It doesn't have artificial caffeine in it,
Bop.
which I don't mess with at all,
Boop,
which is why I
bop.
couldn't do like energy drinks like Monster and 5
Bop,
Hour.
boop, bop.
So yeah, so that's why I like it, because it's all natural and it keeps me alert. Like my brain functioning is better.
Bop, boop, bop.
I might have to try that.
It does say on the bottle it's a neural enhancer.
Yes. Like I'd be staying up late working on my projects and I'd be like alert.
Y'all not knowing.
Yeah.
I love this shit to death, my nigga.
With the pregnant pause.
Total package energy. Let's do it, everybody.
We've had 2 already.
You dig? Let's get 40 cases of this motherfucker sold this evening. Why not? 40 cases. I see everybody still coming in. Everybody know today's topic is going to be lit. This is not a topic you can escape from. This is not a topic you can hide. Ladies, did you get the topic in the text message? Were you able to peruse some of the questions? You already know I'm going to be up against your neck this evening. So let me continue promoting. Android Home. I have on a pair of Android Home right now. I've seen these shoes before. You dig? I've seen them in stores before. High-end shoe stores where they sell Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada. They sell all of these, and they sell Android Home right next to these shoes. Little did I know it was a black man who is the owner of this company. Little did I know it's a brother who designs these shoes, then sends the designs of the shoes to Italy to be handmade.
That's dope.
Wow.
When I found, I was like, are you, what? The brother deserves my support. Now, he already doing pretty good, I think. He showed me some of the numbers. You know, some Zoe What people are in there buying shoes. Using their Zoe Williams, code on the website to get 25% off.
That's right.
But I keep telling people, listen, that's all the hookup you gonna get is my name.
Right.
You understand? Because niggas be trying to take it too far. Can I find these shoes on eBay? No, nigga. Just buy the shoes from the brother, please. Jesus. Right? Well, why is his shoes $400? Because I said handmade in Italy, the real deal shit. Why is his shoes $700? Because it's made of bison, my nigga. You got some bison on your feet, nigga.
They don't ask Gucci why they shit is $2,000.
They not. They not questioning Gucci.
No.
They not questioning that. They want to question the brother. But them white people who bought the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci and his shoes, Android Home, didn't question none of that. They just bought all 3 pairs of shoes, put them on their feet, and we kick rocks with them. We out. We gotta support Android Home. All right? Now, that's all I'm gonna promote on that side of the game. Listen, I got a little girl in here. She's not a little girl. She grown.
She grown.
She's so motherfucking grown right now. She on the radar, my nigga. You know how it is.
That's because you've been knowing me.
I just if I didn't know you, Jesus. She's on the radar. You know, grown people be seeing other grown people like, you on the radar, fuck it. But let me tell you something about her. I knew her daddy. Me and her daddy was tight, my nigga.
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you something. But when I knew her father, I was really young. And what I found in her dad, and I found this in several older brothers, when they recognize a young nigga is sharp, they want to sit you down and give you more game.
Right.
Her dad was like, come here, nigga. You understand? And was like, yo, because at that time, I'm real active in the music industry. So her dad was letting me hear songs that he had never released. You know, like, hey, peep this out. Listen to this. This is song structure. This is how you build a song, you know. It was just the man had a wealth of knowledge and experience. And she was running around, you understand? as a little baby, basically. She was like 3 or 4 or something little, but just a little. I mean, when you that little, you just a baby now. Shit.
That's true.
But she was just a little toddler running around, just having a great time or whatever. Her dad, I'm just gonna say his name, Miles Gregory.
Oh, wow.
He wrote the record "Love Don't Live Here Anymore"
I remember Miles.
for Rolls Royce. Co-writer, producer, man, the brother was cold. Cold as ice, my nigga. Then to turn around and see his daughter just grow and grow and evolve and grow and evolve. Yeah, thanks, brother. During my beautiful setup, he wants to throw rocks. I don't know what he's doing over there. Anyway, but I see her growing. I see her going to college. I see her finishing college. I see her getting a major degree. I see her just keep mashing and mash. Now she's a stewardess. I would be flirting like a motherfucker on the
Flight
plane.
attendant.
I know it is a flight attendant, though.
Well, and, you know, Jesus, I'm old. We call them stewardesses. If I ever see her on the plane, I'm going to be asking for extra pretzels. Can I get a cup of ice? And 2 more. Some more peanuts. Just fucking with her, pushing the button. Just on some asshole shit, because I want to see her. Anyway, I'm just very proud of her. She has started her own business.
Hey.
And she has brought y'all gifts.
Yes, thank you so much.
Rhea Gregory. Can you tell them?
Okay.
Can you speak into the microphone and tell them about your product?
So I own a black-owned nail polish line. It is vegan.
Vegan? You can eat it?
Yes, I know everybody's on their vegan spiel right
It's
now.
gluten-free.
Vegan. So I have 14 colors. You can find it on vendettanailbar.com. It's called October in Italy. The nail line is called VNB Nails or Vendetta Nail Bar.
Yes.
And I brought the ladies the different colors. So everything surrounds Italy. So you have like your Lava Gelato, Oh Ciao Bella, it's Pele,
Ciao Bella.
Ciao Bella.
And which
You
one
gonna
is
let
Ciao
my
Bella?
hand
The
fall
green
off?
one is Oh Ciao Bella.
Ciao Bella. You got to
Yes.
say it like Ciao Bella.
Ciao Bella. So I also have Vendetta Nail Bar should be launching in the spring in Los Angeles in the
Look
Bay
at
Area.
you.
So I'm gonna have an actual bar.
A nail?
A nail bar. So
Wow.
it's gonna be a nail salon, but we're gonna serve drinks. It's not gonna be
Oh,
a
yes.
Okay.
First
Yes.
customer, let me know.
Come on in, come on in.
Letting you know.
So
I'm on the regular. Every 2 weeks, we got to do this.
So what's the website?
It's vendettanailbar.com.
vendettanailbar.com.
My Instagram is Vendetta Nail Bar, so you can find me on there as well. If you want to see like the pictures, see how it looks on the nails and everything, I have the examples on there.
So
as well.
y'all already know what I like to do. Cash mob. Y'all go cash mob this new business, man. Please get her off the ground in a positive way. Go there now. You already know if Christmas is coming, go ahead and buy some nail stuff. You know, I'm a guy. What is it? Nail polish? Yeah. Nail polish.
On our nails.
You under dig?
Exactly.
Women are always on that.
Have to be.
So please support the sister's business. Help her get off the ground. Thank you, baby girl.
Well, thank you for having me.
I appreciate you, Lord have mercy. She done growed up. She's on the radar.
She like gangster movies, Vendetta Nail Bar.
Vendetta Nail Bar. Every week.
Leave us. That's my new word. Leave us. So yes, Vendetta Nail Bar. Is that what-
.com, yes, vendettanailbar.com.
Vendetta Nail Bar.
I'm gonna type it in the chat.
Cash
Instagram,
Mob.
Vendetta Nail Bar.
Please type
That's
that
right.
in the chat room. In the chat room. And now, this is the final thing I'm gonna promote, and that is this. No, I'm gonna promote 2 more things. The relationship dismount is down to 15 physical copies. There's more than 15 people in here right now. I'm asking 15 people right now to go to my website, iamzowilliams.com, and purchase the final 15 physical copies of my book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. I've been telling y'all for a long time, I'm not going to print up another batch of these. The rest of in order to get the book now, you're going to have to go to either Kindle or iPhone has, what is it, iBooks? So you can go to iBooks, iStore, whatever, Apple Store, and get it from there. The Relationship Dismount. Fire book. My next book is coming in late February, The Holographic Relationship. I can't tell you how excited I am about this shit. Just think the manual, just think the matrix of relationships. Just think the movie The Matrix and the code decodes relationships. The holographic relationship. A deeper look at the connection between God consciousness and intimacy. This book is going to change the way we all interact. It's going to be crazy. So those things are out of the way. You go to IamZoeWilliams.com to support all of that. And now we're going to get into today's topic. Jesus Christ. Ladies, Rhea, you might as well just stay for a little while. Don't get scared now. Don't get scared now. Oh,
Don't be scared.
This is going to be good. I am really interested to see what you guys think. Because oftentimes when we get into relationships and they go sour, the natural inclination or proclivity is to blame the person we're relating with, right? So my thing now is, nope, we need to find out who the real blame is on. I know. I know. Oftentimes you hear me say, don't blame, you should claim. Right? So today's topic is based off of a quote from my favorite, or two of my favorite philosophers. Number one, the enemy is you. J. Krishnamurti. The enemy is you. And number two, Self.Hypnotic, Ideational Trance, a.k.a. shit, a.k.a. a mind full of shit. Robert Anton Wilson. Today's topic centers around insecurities and the fantasies we build from not understanding where our insecurities come from. And we talk about this a lot on this show. Ladies, you guys have a superpower called intuition, but oftentimes you push it down and you ignore it in favor of your insecurities. We had a sister who called the last show, and it was a real deep session. Tiff, you missed it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Monday I missed it.
It was a real deep session because a lot of what she thought about herself reflected back out, was projected back out into her relationships. And it all started with dad. So insecurities. Where does our insecurities come from? True or false? What ruins relationships and causes most fights in relationships, disagreements, is insecurity. What's the difference between being vulnerable and needy? Ouch, that hurts. 323-230-4610. That's the number to dial. We want to hear from you. Why is honesty so uncomfortable for so many?
Man.
For real. That's why I'm single.
Insecurity be having motherfuckers like, I'm not finna really reveal the truth of who I am to you.
I'm too honest.
Because I'm afraid of what you may think of me.
Right.
Do you know what a slave sounds like? When I hear people talk like that, I be like, you're a slave.
Ooh.
You don't even know.
Right.
We're going to change your name to Kizzy. You have no power in this relationship now. Because you've revealed that to me.
Chicken Georgia Kizzy.
You in the dig? Like a really self-aware person, male or female, will be like, oh, I can't fuck with you. You're a slave. It's the same reason why a wealthy motherfucker wouldn't just be kicking it with a poor guy.
Right. Yeah.
He might share a cup of coffee and laugh and then keep it pushing, but he's not finna bring a poor guy into his enterprise. You get what I'm saying? He's gonna be like, you're poor. There's a mentality around that. I can't fuck with that. So when somebody comes up and says, you know, I'm just not comfortable sharing my truth with just any, you're a slave. Don't get your Kunta Kinte resembling a. Okay, cool. In what ways has social media contributed to our deep-seated insecurities? A culture of like hustling. I'm a like hustler, my nigga. It's how I know I'm valuable, nigga. Look at these likes I've collected.
Right.
If every like you've collected isn't worth at least $20,
It don't matter.
Right? If you ain't got a conversion rate over 3%, you ain't shit.
You under dig?
Right.
You under dig?
Your FICO score is 4.
Now watch everything just jump through the roof right now while we sitting here with women. Can men be just as insecure as women?
Yes.
And how does male insecurity manifest itself in intimate relationships? Oh, now it's a giggle fest. Niggas was hella thoughtful and ruminating on the depth of the questions when it was female-centric, but then it turns into all-deaf comedy when I mention the men. Cool. All right, cool. I get it. Is relationship insecurity born of unlearned relationship lessons? Unlearned and unaccepted.
Mm-hmm.
I keep telling y'all, Oprah Winfrey and Tony Robbins fucked y'all life up by telling y'all to get away from people that are fucked up. You got a lot of people saying, get away from fucked up people. You can't get away from yourself. Tony Robbins contradicted himself when he said, yo, you can know the content of a person's character by their closest 5 friends. But then at the same time, you say, get away from fucked up people. Well, the closest 5 friends represent who the fuck you are. You get who you are. You're not gonna get nothing better than you. You can't be a Hyundai and dream for an Audi. I deserve an Audi. No, you don't, nigga. You're a Hyundai.
An old one.
You're an old one, my nigga. You're not even the valuable Hyundais, nigga. You're the old Hyundais when they first came out.
But you're not a classic.
You're not a classic, my nigga.
No.
So that's what a lot of times, have you ever heard when they said, you know, sometimes the self-help shit is actually hurtful? And what makes self-help books and all of that shit hurtful is because they're absolutes and imbalanced thoughts. You can't say, oh, get all the bullshit away from me. Positive vibes only. Well, you're a negative motherfucker.
Right. Yeah.
You can't have positive vibes. Right. Until you change, nothing will change. Krishnamurti, you want to change the world? Change yourself. A lot of motherfuckers refuse to change themselves because they believe that they are inherently right. This is what most of their fights are about. Proving themselves right. How does insecurity fuck up your relationships? Were you with somebody that was really cool and some deep, dark, unresolved shit just crept up and snatched that happiness away from you? 323-230. 4610. Call in and tell your truth. We're not going to judge you. We're going to love on you. We're going to hug you up. We're going to leave you with some books and some resources and some different things to get you on your path. When is it a good time to stop listening to yourself? A lot of times the advice you give yourself be fucked up. Am I lying?
Not at all.
Especially if you've never challenged it. What did I say the last show? You're not technically an adult until you can challenge all of the truths your parents taught you. You got to go out into the world and prove if what they said was the truth. Some of the shit they said is true, and some of it isn't. And the only way to find that out is to have your own experiences and then be able to process your experiences with your own intellectual and emotional apparatus, devoid of what they had to say about it. That's when you grow up and go, oh, that now what my daddy said makes sense. Oh, now what my godmother said really resonates because I've experienced it myself. And now I have my own perception of it because I could never have theirs. I can only have theirs as a template. Wow. Gosh. What does it mean to be insecure in a relationship? Tiffany! Yeah. Call on Jesus now, my nigga.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your top 2 insecurities and how they hound you and dog your every step as you move forward. We want total openness and honesty.
2 biggest insecurities.
Leave us.
I would say 2 of my biggest insecurities. One would be like, can I get and maintain to the physical level that I expect my partner to have? That's one. Like, I know what my expectations are, but me and the weight, like, I fluctuate a good 30 pounds within the year every year. Like, it's a situation. So that'd be like one insecurity is like, are they gonna love me in the fluctuations? And then
oh, that's big.
Yeah.
Oh, that's big. Thank you for sharing that. That's big.
Like, I don't like me when I'm big, but people, like, other people love me when I'm big. Like, I kill the game regardless of what size I am.
You a curvy fish now.
Right, because I stay proportionate. Like, I stay proportionate. Like, things that are supposed to be snatched in little stay snatched in little, even if I get bigger. So, but, like, I don't like when I'm bigger. So that's one thing is, like, the weight situation, fluctuation. Like, will they love me even in my fluctuation when I'm doing my thing? And then the second one would definitely be financially. In regards to, like, I know what my money-making ability is, but especially transitioning to entrepreneurship, like, can I find a relationship where they're going to value the ups and downs? That is, like, sometimes we're going to have more money than not. You know, like, sometimes the flow is going to be flowing, and sometimes there's drought, like, when you're an entrepreneur. So there's a lot of insecurity in regards to like, what financial stability actually looks like to me now versus when I was young. Like, it doesn't mean paycheck to paycheck necessarily, but that's an insecurity in me. Like, am I going to find someone who's going to value, like, okay, she got it, but, like, do she got it? You know?
Wow.
So those are 2 insecurities I have now, because that's also what we judge men on.
Man.
Yeah.
I could smoke a bag of that if I smoked.
Right.
Mimi? 2 insecurities that hound you, that dog you, that walk with you daily, asking for resolution. Leave us.
You know what? I was really thinking about that on the way here. That was one question I read. And to be honest with you, I'm a really confident person, period. In the story, my confidence reeks. If I walk into the room and I'm with 10 women, you can tell I'm one with confidence because it reeks, it oozes out of me.
Okay,
So I'm really not insecure. But what I will say, what I am insecure about, that's like on a personal level, like not dealing with a relationship, just something I have a problem, I think, with my own self, is that I think that I always say that I never want to fall. Like I've been on the road. Our lives are a roller coaster. Yes. Everybody's life is. You know what I mean? And you have to put on your seatbelt and enjoy the ride. But sometimes we don't like when we go from the top of the roller coaster all the way back down to the bottom, and then we do the flip and come back around. Those things make me insecure. I'm always worried about, will I be ready for the ride? I'm always worried that I prepare for the rides ahead of me. So the insecurity that I have is just for my own self. I'm not insecure in a relationship because I feel like what's for me is for me. And if you ain't for me, hey, keep it rolling. You feel me? But as far as myself, I am insecure with that particular thing. I want to be ready.
All of that. That's delicious, baby.
Thank you.
Listen, this is how grown women talk. Men, if you can't handle women sharing their truths, you don't deserve the yoni. It's true. A man who doesn't listen to his woman does not deserve to bathe in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
You know what?
Leave us.
Sorry, y'all know I'm from Minnesota, so Prince for real.
I had to say that.
Oh, I love
Peaches?
Hi, Donnie Keith, a.k.a. Peaches. I got to let y'all know my real name, too, because they
now.
just calling me Peaches. And you got to find me by Donnie. But my insecurity, 2 of them.
2 of them.
Well, right now I got a side tooth missing, so that's a problem.
I'm about to run up out this motherfucker.
I'm just saying, that's a problem. I got
out.
a side tooth missing, so it take work to hide that in a smile, and I'm always taking pictures. Y'all think I'm bullshitting up for real.
I love her.
You know, it takes work to hide that shit in pictures because I'm a comic and somebody always sticking the camera in my face. I'm on stage and I don't control the cameras. You know, I want to say, ma'am, get that on the other side, not that side, because I have a tooth missing, bitch. And
Hilarious.
get me all on Instagram tagging me in my side tooth. That ain't cool. I'm just saying that's a real issue.
I love that shit, though. Way to own it.
You know, and the other insecurity I have, because I'm a big woman, I don't like to look uncomfortable on stage. I'm not insecure about who I am as a person, like Mimi said. I done been through way too much in this world to be insecure about shit.
Yes.
But the way you dress as a big woman does matter on stage. I see so many sisters fidgeting, and I don't want to be that sister. You know, it's always already bad. I'm hiding a tooth. I don't want to fidget until I can afford to pay for that side tooth. Then it don't matter. I fidget.
Right.
But I just had to get that off my chest.
Wow.
Right.
Listen, that was the realest shit ever. Yeah. Photographer, get your ass on the left side, my nigga.
Right. To the left, nigga.
I got a gate on the other side, homie.
You know, and it's hard to maneuver the lip, right?
You underdid?
And still look cute.
I love it, goddammit. Peaches. And here's my little girl up in here.
Hey.
I feel like shit.
Hey.
When you see them when they babies, I mean, fuck. Protective, you know? Rhea, name 2 of them. Because you young, you probably, shit. Have you discovered them?
Yes, I've discovered them.
Okay, well, smack us in the mouth with the truth then.
I mean, I'm 29. I'm not like fresh 21.
Oh, she look
I told
good. You look like you 19.
I told you she on the radar, goddammit. I told you.
Looking good, girl. Hey.
Start a whole new life fucking around.
Okay, Black, don't cry.
Okay. I think it would be being exactly who I say I am.
Ooh, I like this. Go
Yeah,
there.
I said just being who I say I am, because I feel like when we meet someone, we say, you know, we're doing this. Like, for example, and I say I own this business and I'm a flight attendant and I travel the world. And, you know, you're real open and you're saying things that you really wouldn't trip on, well, that you say you wouldn't trip on in relationships or whatever the case may be. And then if you fall for that person or if you fall in love with them and then you're dealing with it, like, would I really react to the situation how I said I was going to? Am I going to be upset about the situation or whatever the case may be? And just living up to my expectations, like just being as successful as I say that I am and, you know, really being that woman. So then when you're in a relationship with me, like, well, she said she was doing this and her business was doing this and she's not really doing too much. I mean, she's flying. She's a flight attendant, but so.
Wow. That's awesome. I love that. This shit is real out here in the streets. Let me tell you, we live in such a plastic, ephemeral, materialistic society. Insecurities are bound to grab a foothold in our lives. Because wherever there's superficiality, there's comparison. And wherever there's comparison, there's envy. And wherever there's envy, there's jealousy. All these motherfuckers connect to each other because we're looking at each other, constantly sizing each other up through this evaluative process that was established by a greedy society. So when I go to somebody and I say, who are you? And then you tell me what you do, I know you don't know yourself. Because what you do is not who you are. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, if you got an issue that developed in childhood and it has never been resolved, you're going to carry that issue to your relationships. Now, most people don't understand carrying the issue to the relationship is a good thing. The reason why it's an insecurity is because you're protecting it. If you came to the relationship like you go to the church, I'm coming to this relationship for an answer, for a resolution, for this problem. So you go to the church like that. I'm going to church now because I need a man. And not because there are men there, because most of the men there are a little on the fruitopian side of the game. However, you go there because you think God will provide you with the man you're looking for. I'm going to wait on God, right? 323-230-4610. Right? So you go there with that. But what if you went to your relationships to have your insecurities resolved? This is a revolutionary idea. You're here, nigga, to reflect me back to myself so I can ask the necessary questions to unravel this knot that's been with me since whatever happened, happened when I was a kid. I need to silence my inner critic. And I need this relationship in order to do that. True or false? To build self-esteem, you must learn to silence your inner critic and practice self-compassion. And reframe yourself to focus on the aspect of yourself you like instead of the ones you don't like. Most people don't know how to do that. Most people will come in with a spiritual injury and create a set of expectations around that injury, and those expectations are for your partner. You have to maintain these expectations so that this fucking protective barrier around this wound is always safe. It's called a coping mechanism. Don't date me, nigga. Date the coping mechanism, because we need to protect this wound. That's who I've identified with. Right? Yeah. Call in right now if you're going through it. I'll heal you of your infirmity. The number to dial 323. Okay, 323-230-4610. Call.
A set of expectations.
You want to turn your entire life down. Your entire life is entirely too loud. Turn it down.
Protected barrier.
You don't want to turn it down? You sure? Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
Hey,
you gotta turn your phone down. Turn down the video. Turn down the video.
I'm still watching your video, your show.
All right.
But on the subject of insecurity, I know you asked the question: do men feel insecure?
Hell yeah.
My answer to that is yeah. Cause one of my insecurities came from when I was young. Cause I lost my mama when I was young. So growing up without my mama and growing up, you know what I'm saying, I grew up with my daddy. So my daddy I couldn't really talk to my daddy because my daddy was a hard head. You know what I mean? He was a hard nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we got down.
Say it, brother. Let it out. We're not going to judge you on this.
So really, I just got down. I never really got down to talk to my dad about like how I feel and shit, like how I got down really felt about me losing my mama. Cause like when I lost my mama, he had to come and tell me the bad news. So that just got down, just fucked me up really growing up. Cause I grew up really just like not really trusting no female, not really wanting to be attached to a female because I couldn't be attached to my mama. So like when I be in a relationship, like I'm in a relationship now, like me and my girl, we fight, we got we do all that, like, but the thing that gets me with her is sometimes I don't know how to deal with emotional situations. Like she might come to me with like about her feelings and stuff like that, but I don't know how to deal with it sometimes. Sometimes I come off as an emotionalist. Like, and she might take it like I don't care, like whatever. It's just like me trying to protect myself.
Right.
Like, I don't really want to like put in too much money because I don't know how to handle my emotions like that. So when I do get I blow up. So that's one thing, insecurity that I do share is I don't know how to control my emotions when I do get emotional. So I try to avoid being emotional. Sometimes try to be more logical. But sometimes you sometimes females like they want a man to be like, you know what I mean, emotional level with them at the same time. But I don't know how to do that. Like
you there, bro? Keep going.
Like it real crazy. Like
all right,
I just want to know what you think about it.
Let me give you some tips, man. First off, men are socialized not to feel. We're socialized to think. As if we weren't born with fucking emotions. Like, we have them for a reason. Now, the reason why we have nipples, I don't know.
That's true.
Me either.
Nipples don't work on men, but emotions do. Now, understand this, right? I always say this. It's a little metaphor I use for emotions. Emotions is like seasoning salt, right? Seasonings can enhance a meal, right? In just the right amount, or if you use too much, you fuck a meal up. Emotions are like that too. You underdig? So, you see? So emotions in a situation are good, especially if these emotions challenge you. Emotions are like an indicator light in a car. Oh, shit, I'm triggered. Oh, shit, I feel a certain way. Now, if you stay connected to both feeling and emotion, you can then respond to the emotion instead of reacting to it. But you got to hold on to your frontal lobe with your entire spirit. You got to hold on. Because emotions can hijack your common sense, can hijack how you can really see things in context. Now, let me tell you something. This shit ain't easy. It's some shit you got to practice. You need to meditate. You need to paint. You need to do some shit with your right side of your brain. You understand? You need to exercise that right side so you can understand. Like, I had a difficult time with it. See, I'm not coming to you from a space of perfection. Shit, I done failed at this shit a gang of times, so I could tell you what the fuck not to do. You understand? You feel me? So it's hella important that you go back and look at what that devoid is in your life. How you interacted with your mother, how you interacted with your father. You know, what traumatic situations you went through that actually helped mold who the fuck you are, whether you were accepting of it or not. You need to find out. Go ahead, brother.
Like, when you say that, like, one thing about it, like, when I was in my, like, teenage years, like, I went to a lot of little trouble, you know, young boys get into, you know what I mean? Little getting locked up, you know what I'm saying, with his friends and shit, whatever. But, like, the one thing that changed me, really got me on point, like with the, like, I kind of got this late, but when I got locked up, I was locked up and I was in booking. And this older woman told me, I was locked up for domestic, you know what I'm saying? Me and my girl getting into it. Like, she told me, she said, she's like, why y'all men always being here? I saw young men in here, domestic violence, stuff like that. If you got to fight, if you got to goddamn do all that just to be with somebody that say just leave, learn to be comfortable with yourself. And that always resonated with me. Because I always been a person of myself. I always tell my girl, like, you know what I'm saying, if anything happens, you got to take care of yourself. And, like, I never been a team player. So that's something I never want to really put my burdens and stuff on somebody. I always handle my stuff by myself. And sometimes that, like, the load be so
you setting yourself up for failure, pimp. That's an insecurity, not being able to ask somebody for help.
Yeah, just like my daddy. My daddy is a self-made person. He always pushed, take care of yourself. be your own man. And so, like, you know what I mean? And that's good, but sometimes, like, when you in it with a partner, this is a team thing, so I can't just think about myself all the time. I gotta think about us.
So listen, brother, I can't give you the full coaching session right here, right now. But I appreciate you calling in, sharing all this good game with us, fam.
That's right.
I appreciate you opening up and sharing, man. Listen, if you want to get some coaching from me, all you got to do is go to my website, imzowilliams.com, and fill out the questionnaire. And I can set up a time where we can sit down and just walk you through the whole process. But I do appreciate you sharing today, brother. You understand?
Can I say shout out to me, and she looking good today?
Thank you. What's up?
It's a lot of butaphora up in this motherfucker this evening.
That's right.
Get it twisted.
I like older one. My girl 41, so I love her.
Oh man, you done explained a whole lot just right there. Thank you so much for the call. We appreciate it. Listen, if you want to share your insecurities, man, we open to hearing it. We're open. We're not going to judge you. We're going to love you. Let me say this right now. Chat room, I need y'all to get in there and donate. There's a little $sign down at the bottom of the chat room. Right there. You hit it. You donate to the show live. YouTube, I need you to stand up. Everybody donate $20 right now. And 15 copies of the relationship dismount gone down. 11. So we got 4 orders just in that amount of time. So I'm urging everyone in the chat room to go there right now, purchase the last 11 copies, physical copies of the relationship dismount at imzowilliams.com. Let me ask Riri? No, I'm sorry. Because listen, Rhea lost her dad when she was young. Mm-hmm. And what I love about her arc, her story arc, she just used that to strengthen herself. Like, it didn't make her weaker. You understand? That's just me on the outside looking in. Mm-hmm. I don't really know. But from what I was able to see, I'm like, shit, she's getting stronger. And it reminded me of what my homeboy told me when I lost my mother. Mm-hmm. It was the only thing that actually brought me comfort. He was like, oh, you got somebody on the other side now, advocating, right next to the throne. Mm-hmm. I was like, nigga, you from New Orleans, ain't you? he was like, yeah, nigga. He said, you got somebody right next to the throne advocating for you. Mm-hmm. That should change my whole perspective.
Yeah.
You understand? Rhea, talk to us a little bit about how you took what could potentially turn into an insecurity and used it to strengthen yourself.
I think it's 2 things. I don't really think, well, it's my father, of course.
He was dope. I knew him.
But I also didn't have my mother. So my mother, she's still around. She's still living. But my father raised me on his own. So when I lost him, it was really hard because he was a single parent father. But with my mom, like, just to, keep it real, be honest about the whole situation, she was more of, he was in the industry. She was a woman he was with, and she didn't want to be a mother. So, and she lives that lifestyle. Like, she's dating men that, are extremely successful and still is. She's a very nice looking woman, but she's used her looks to get to where she is. So me, I've had my father who taught me not only independence, but just being different. So with that being said, like, I always wanted to be different from what my mother was. So it's like, I've dated men who were successful, and I've also dated men who weren't successful, but I also want to be that woman for myself because I don't ever want to be her.
Right.
So I want to be able to build that foundation when my children are able to look at me and be like, well, my mama has that shit together as well. It's just not, my father. So that's
awesome.
And I think in relationships with the men, I've dated men, we were talking about insecurities, who weren't secure with themselves. So someone I was actually with for about 4 years, lied about his entire life.
Oh,
I've done that before.
4 years.
4 years. Lied about his entire life.
I got experience. I didn't lie to a motherfucker for years.
Terrible. Terrible. So I'm thinking I'm with one person and it's just not adding up. But I felt that there was a lot of jealousy within that because he wasn't himself and he was putting that on me. And I had to, and at that time, like just being younger, I just felt like, okay, well, I could fix the situation. You know, I could make it better or whatever the case is. But I would never date that kind of man again.
Say more. Go deeper.
And I won't date that kind of man again. I would say I do want to date someone who is already successful, not because I need something from you, but because you're already secure with yourself. So, and then having my father.
This is deep. Wait a minute. I have to expound on that point specifically. Let's drill down.
Okay.
Because you're secure with you. Now, let me explain this to all the gold diggers out there. There's 2 types. There's gold. God, you know I'm on the goddamn air. Oh, sorry. I'm on the air right. People be calling me like, I don't do radio. Okay, cool. So there's the gold digger, resource hunter, and the goal digger. Right? And with both of them, I need just to drill down. A gold digger, not gold, but goal, wants to be with a man who's won some games. See, look at it that way. Instead of dating his wallet, instead of dating his resources, instead of dating his Rolodex, instead of dating his status, she wants to know that you can win a game. Now see, when you put a woman in a position to know, like, oh, I got wins. Yeah, I got a few losses too, but I got wins. That will give a woman a certain level of confidence. And I think a lot of sisters don't know the difference between someone who can win and someone who has accumulated things. You can find somebody who's accumulated a gang of shit but has no wins.
None.
You see what I'm saying? With the win and the struggle to get to the win, you can't win unless you lose. So losing builds character. See, when you date a motherfucker with some losses and some wins, you're dating integrity, you're dating character because he done went through the fire.
Wisdom.
That makes a woman comfortable. That makes her like, oh, I get it. You've been there, you've done that, you've seen it. I just had to drill down on that because you said something. He's secure with himself. He can't be secure with himself unless this motherfucker fell off and then came back and caught the dub. Nigga, I got the dub. I've been to hell and back. I done found myself in hell and brought his ass with me on the way out of there. A woman is like, okay, you done seen it. You good. But when you see a motherfucker who leads with his external. Now finish, hon. You good? I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
No, I was just saying, I would want to date a man who's secure with himself. So I'm not into the whole, we could build somebody up. I don't want to date for potential anymore. And I also feel like being that I had such a successful father and such a strong father, I have that example. I didn't really realize that until I went through the things that I went through. And now that I'm confident with myself and I know who I am as a woman, I see that I have that example. I'm able to understand that. I'm able to see the things that he was trying to teach me back then. So it's all coming into play right now. So
hey,
that's
listen,
how I use that.
This is what we got to do right now.
Quick. What's your name again?
Hold on. You don't, that's not how that works.
He was like, no, this is arranged marriage for new. Get up out of here.
Okay, he's like spread out with that one.
Hold on.
My son is successful.
Hold on, this ain't a smorgasbord where you just get to come in and pick shit. Hold on.
Hilarious.
Leave us.
Leave us.
What the fuck is happening? Leave us. Play one of my intros, man. We need a breather right now before I go to the next callers. Caller, the phone lines are cracking. Phones are open, 323-230-40. I hear from you. want to know about your insecurities. I want you to share. Don't hold back. We're going to go to a quick, let's go.
I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane. Got stress heavy on my
Did you turn on
brain. Man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the
I love these drops.
See the light.
I love these jingles.
Me too.
They're all suave and laid back. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to The Voice of Reason. Tonight's topic is a doozy. I mean, we're only trying to get you to think. Insecurities, how to overcome them, how to build your self-esteem, how to let go of whatever happened to you that you had no control over in the first place. Gosh, who taught you to hold on to shit you had no control over? Oh, that right there is problematic in and of itself, don't you think? Gosh, just holding on to shit you didn't create. Wow. Tough place to be. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on The Voice of Reason. We're trying to delve deep into the murky waters of your insecurities. You got my homegirl in the building, Rhea Gregory. She's got some super full polish, broad gold bags. Leave us. What's the name of this baby girl?
Vendetta Nail
Vendetta Nail Bar.
V&B Nails. Vegan Nailish.
You under dig? Go cash mob her, support her business. Everybody in the chat room to donate at least $20 today. We got to do a strong push here. We're trying to bring forth the holographic relationship.
You had 3 donors you didn't
Oh,
shout
we
out,
did?
though.
I'm sorry. Who are they?
Now you gonna ask me.
Exactly. So you brought it to my attention.
I always be messing up names. Sisse.
Sisse. I don't think that's
Sis. S. Why is that?
Sisse.
Sisse.
Jeez. Let me get it.
Yeah, you. There. That's why I'm gonna throw it too. Like.
We have Tamiko Arbery.
Thank you, Tamiko.
And
We have Sisse Oz.
You don't come at my life.
20. We appreciate these donations.
Thank
Who
you,
else? Do we have
Sisse.
more? Do we
There
have
was
more?
one more. I just don't know where.
But she, Tamiko says for you to autograph her book.
Yeah, and Sugar Chris.
Listen, if I remember, you know, I'm old. I'll forget some shit on the way to the car.
Yeah, and Sugar Krista gave $20 too. He be helping moderate your little chat.
Sugar Chris be looking out. Sugar Chris, thank you for the 20
Sugar
bucks. Appreciate it. Everybody, too many people in here. Come on, everybody should donate $20 today. It's Wednesday, you're gonna get it back Friday, so stop it. It's Wednesday, so come on, let's stop playing. Okay, everybody donate today's. Dude, the enemy is you. How much negative shit are you telling yourself every day to justify being weak, being scared, being less than, and then making demands that your partner should protect you? Protect my weaknesses, nigga. You're a good man if you protect the bullshit in me. And vice versa. You know I ain't got no mama. I need you to mother me. It's some of them niggas out there.
They need to call somebody.
Am I lying?
No, you're not.
Right.
Am I lying? It's some niggas out there that need mothering.
Man, they need mothering, breast milk, and everything else.
Let me tell you something. Don't knock
A
breast milk.
pacifier.
I got a pacifier for them.
Listen, if you're not careful, breast milk will make a dumb nigga smart.
That's right.
Grow his whole mind up overnight.
Okay.
I just be making up shit. Don't listen to me. No, but seriously, today's topic, very important. I got a question here. True or false? The actions that come from insecurity, always asking for reassurance, jealousy, accusing, and snooping, erode trust, aren't attractive, and can push away any partner.
True.
How does one overcome all that bullshit? Tiffany, I need a tip from you, and I'm gonna go around the table. Everybody gonna give me one.
Are you saying a tip to overcome an insecure partner?
To overcome all of the bullshit that comes with an insecure partner.
Oh my goodness.
You know how to do it.
You know what? I was gonna say I don't know if I do because my overcome was realizing where my maximum was, where my tolerance level was, and leaving it. So I would say first, patience. I'll say two. First, patience. How you overcome it is patience. And then two is bringing it to them in a loving way. They have to want to change. Like engaging your partner and letting them know that's their insecurity and not necessarily your wrongdoing. And then be patient. Yeah.
You do know this was a trick question, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I don't know if there is a way. I don't feel like I conquered that one. So
That's
I
fine.
left.
That's fine.
I left an insecure person.
Mimi?
Well, it depends where we are in the relationship. I mean, if I meet you and you're insecure and I barely know you, this is not going to work. It's definitely a deal breaker. I don't necessarily have time to babysit. Now, if we're in a real relationship and then you become insecure out of nowhere, then I'm going to try to figure out what triggered that. I mean, you weren't like this at first. Something's happened. Maybe we need to discuss, what was it? What made you feel this way? And then once I figure out what that reason is, then maybe we can see about working that situation out so I can show him that maybe he's thinking incorrectly and this information is wrong and where can we go from here to make it right. But if it's something, new and you're insecure and you bothering me, and the reason I use the word bothering me, because I don't have a lot of patience at this time in my life. My patience level is real low. If I just met you and you pushing all the wrong buttons, baby, I need to hang up. You know what I'm trying to say?
Damn, Mimi would be out.
I'm out. You know why? Because I don't know you like that. Now, when I know you and love you, then I'm in for the long haul.
Down like 4 flat tires.
I'm down like 4 flat tires, but I'm not finna get a 4 flat tires to just anybody. Shit, you can give your 4 flat tires to a tow truck. Nigga, bye. You know what I mean? I don't want to give it to the wrong person. You know what I mean? You have to earn it.
Okay, I like that. Donnie Keith?
Well, I dealt with the insecure man when I was younger. I was in a very abusive relationship. So I did what Tiff said. I left. But I did what I was supposed to do because he was putting hands on me and it was either him or me.
Right.
It was my son's dad. So I snapped out of it early in the relationship. We was only together 2 years. My son was roughly 2 when we broke up. So I was one of the smarter young ladies in a situation like that, and it taught me at an early age. Plus, being a barber for 15 years, dealing with men, I see a side of men that most women don't get privy to.
Right.
So my understanding of the male psyche is a little stronger than the average sister on the street. So the only way to get over the bullshit is to address it, deal with it, and move on. If the man is not trying to compromise with you, fuck him.
Damn,
straight up.
Smack him in the mouth then. Tell us how you really feel.
Because he's not willing to meet you halfway. And you shouldn't give that much of yourself. You got to love self first. That comes first. Love self, and then you can see how to love someone else. You can't love anybody until you love yourself. And if you letting somebody mistreat you, you don't love yourself.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm going to go deeper, though. Ooh. Rhea?
Me?
Yes.
I would say...
I love Rhea. She's so fucking cool. Me? Sure. I'm here. Let's go.
Watch him for the red flags.
Yeah.
Paying attention to that when you first start dating someone. I feel like they always show their insecurities at the beginning, but you don't pay attention to it because you like them. So the stuff that you think is cute really isn't so cute. It's just their insecurities, and then you don't figure that out until later on down the line when you see that cuteness was really craziness. So yeah.
I love it. Cute is crazy.
Cute and crazy.
I like that. So let me hit you upside the dome piece. The only thing you didn't say. Oh, well, what is it?
Well, I could be wrong, but I was just thinking after I said it, I said the one thing that we missed was relationships are a reflection of self. So if you are with an insecure person, it's a reflection of like what insecurities do you have, and you guys could talk about it.
So watch me break it down.
All right.
How do you abuse yourself? And nobody ever asked, how did I get an abuser? Well, first, let's query the belief systems you have and find which one of those beliefs are abusive. Low self-esteem, right? Low self-worth, and it could come from a traumatic event, but that's a way one abuses themselves. By victimizing themselves, by blaming themselves, by placing all of the guilt, responsibility that happened to them. Do you get what I'm saying? Type of going to attract that. Ask a pimp. You.
Yeah.
A pimp will see Rhea and go, You can see her daddy coming off her. You can see pride, self-esteem, life, shit, everything together. You can see that. Pimps look for wounds.
Yeah, they do.
Pimps look for motherfuckers who have reached such a low level getting themselves to the game. The 48 Laws of Pimpology, written by Pimpin' Ken. I had him on the show before. He'll tell you, pimps fuck with women that are down with the game. And only a woman that's down with the game will enterprise.
Right.
So I'm not fault. I'm saying where a woman is culpable is okay.
On the show.
Let me tell you, because you know, iPhone, everything's
Oh.
So Jesus, you in the dig. You can call me on the phone, the computer rings. Okay, niggas. Anyway, let me just say, back to my point about, you know, what fucking, what I call mercenaries look for. They look for damaged goods. Because with damaged goods, what she says, that fire looks crispy as shit. I'm confused. Okay. It's just a lot happening on my phone today. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, the fire.
I'll be like, you're doing too much.
Oh, now they ask, and I'm getting text messages to see if I'm okay because of the fire.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been getting them too.
Yeah, me too.
We good. Ain't shit to burn in the hood. They burn in Bel Air, my nigga. No, so again, that insecurity shit, a lot of times is fueled by you. Now, watch me get even deeper. I talk about this shit a lot. You're going to hear it or you're going to read it in the holographic relationship. There's something called the measurement problem, or what is also known as the double slit experiment. And what scientists have figured out is the same shit Jesus and them was talking about a long time ago. Right? You read Psalms chapter, Psalms 23:7. As a man thinketh, so is he.
Mm-hmm.
Buddha, all is created of mind, all is mind. The Kabbalion, all is mental. The universe, everything is mental. Robert Anton Wilson, whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove. Listen, You are a biofeedback loop that's sending out a particular message, my nigga. That double slit experiment, or what they call the measurement problem, scientists figured it out 100 years ago, and it's still an issue today. Using photons, these motherfuckers was saying, okay, is light a particle or is light a wave? They found out that the motherfucker is both, depending on our observation. They didn't understand why the shit was acting so weird. They send the shit through, right? And they go, well, it's behaving like a particle. Great. But then when they decide to measure it, see, a lot of people get the measurement part wrong. Observation and measurement is the same thing. Okay? Observation and measurement is the same thing. So they put some little measurement tools on this shit, and they found whenever they measured, these goddamn particles turned into waves of energy, right? Whenever they measured, no, they turned into particles. When they weren't measuring, it was a wave of energy. You had weird white people calling them wavicles. We don't know if it's a particle or if it's a wave. We do know when we measure or observe, right? The shit turns physical. So you know what happens? Krishnamurti comes along and revolutionizes their language, because at that point these niggas didn't know how to articulate what they was looking at. Is the motherfucking light a wave or is it a particle? What we do know is when we observe it, it turns into a particle. It's just happening. I just don't know what's happening tonight. I'm getting text messages from everybody. Claudia Jordan just text messaged me. I'm alive.
Claudia.
Everybody's hidden. I'm good. Is the fire over here, nigga? Because we might be dead.
I will say,
I know. Maybe we should tune in and see.
Shit, we might need to turn on the news.
I will say the last person to wear my ring besides me was Claudia Jordan in a movie that we were filming. They forgot the prop ring, so she wore my wedding ring in the movie.
This shit is crazy right
Yeah.
now. It's
Oh,
just,
wow.
It's just happening. I can't talk to you guys right now.
Hilarious.
I can't. Stop fucking with me. No, because this is an involved kind of, and she calls again.
She's concerned.
Let me just text her right now. Let me just
Let her know you're
fuck.
okay.
Yeah.
Let me just say I'm good.
Be like, I'm good. I'm on the air, so they know. That's what I do to
Yeah,
people.
because
Be like,
if
I'm
you
on
don't
the air
say
right
I'm
now.
on the air, they'll keep going.
Right.
I'll call you
If they're like the people I've been messed with, they'll try to
After
FaceTime you like, fool, I'm busy.
the
Like,
show.
Yeah,
upgrade the
don't
level of
FaceTime me.
contact, okay?
There we go.
Yeah, don't just.
Because I'm not one of the motherfuckers you can call 8 times in a row. I'll turn the phone off.
Right.
I'll
end of the day.
ignore it.
So back to my
Period.
point about the wave and the particle.
And Krishnamurti.
Krishnamurti. That motherfucker said it in the 50s. He said the observer is the observed. And the motherfucking physicist was like, God damn it, we've been fucking with this shit for 80 years. And that made sense to them. What we're trying to observe is observing us. So when we want to see some shit, it manifests. Whatever the thinker thinks, the prover proves. Rumi said, what you are in search of is also in search of you. You are co-creating a reality. So imagine if you running around insecure.
Oh.
Projecting, oh, I wonder if he thought this about me. Or I wonder, oh, you got women out there who can't be as sexy as they want to be. Right? Can't be as free as they want to be. Right? But, want something, but are afraid to ask for it because they fear the backlash or the judgment that comes with it. This shit is evil. I need you guys to heal yourself before you kill yourself. I'm sorry. I didn't even say that.
Please don't. Before you just off yourself, nigga, die.
No, seriously, you got people out there struggling.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you right now, what you think of you overrides the whole system. Shit, Think and Grow Rich said the same thing.
Yeah.
Who moved my piece of cheese? Who stole my piece of cheese, that book? All that shit. Okay. I'm just getting text messages. Crazy. What's going on?
It must be inflamed that bill or something.
All right.
My phone was.
I mean, I thought I'd text on the air and that I would call after the. Maybe that doesn't matter. Okay, fine. We've got callers on the line. Caller! Bring you building and we will deal with it forthwith. Caller, what's your name and what you calling? Rashid from Texas. Do you know what your means, Rashid?
I wish you would enlighten me.
How do you have a name like Rashid and you know not what it means?
Because it relates to this story that you're talking about.
Who named you?
My mother, who I've never met, named me.
So you never had the desire to know what your name means?
Absolutely, because every time I go to any gas station and the guy sees my name, he doesn't treat me like a black. He treats me like brother or homie. Like, yo, what's up?
Let me tell you right now. Your name, Rashid, means righteous in Arabic.
All right.
Of course, the feminine pronunciation is Rashida. Right? Rashid is righteous. So with that name comes a sense of reality, but at the same time, a sense of entitlement. Because too much righteousness can lead you into self-righteousness. So anyone named Rashid must walk the path, the fine path of being righteous, being enlightened, yet not letting their ego turn it into self-righteousness. You under dig?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so what'd you call about? Let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, I wasn't even going to call, right? This is my first time ever calling, right? But I'm the guy who needs that mother figure.
Say more.
Like, I learned maybe when I was 23, I figured out that me having a mother played an important role in my life because as a man, even as a black man, right, you in your 20s, you're basically just trying to stay out of trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once I got into trouble, I realized I didn't have no one to come save me. Like, I didn't have dad or I didn't have grandmother. And normally, as a black man, it's your mother who comes and saves you. Like, if I was to go to jail, like, I don't think no one would ever come see me.
Oh, wow.
All right, so listen. Let me get right to it, brother.
Let's talk.
You got to break up with fear. Because you project that ain't even real.
Claiming
If
jail.
I were to go to jail, I wouldn't have nobody. Nigga, is you a criminal?
I hope you never go.
I went to jail.
Let me just say this, bro. Did people come see him? Whether people came to see him or not, you can project. It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
You understand? Your desire to be nurtured, right? First off, most people think that a singular solitary person can't nurture themselves. Do you know how to nurture yourself?
Absolutely.
How? I'm not talking about, with Pornhub.
Not nurture yourself.
Right.
Nurture yourself.
I'm talking about...
what I realized later in my 20s is that the system failed me in all shapes and forms or whatever, so I had to go back and re-educate myself Plus, I had to go back and deal with the issues that I had with people in my family before I could even move forward.
Say more.
Okay. And even dealing with women or whatever, like a lot of black men are looking for the black man to be on top of the world when, to be honest, we're all just trying to make it, and the typical average black man does not make it until he's in his 30s. Or
Listen,
even
can I say
40s.
something to you real quick?
Absolutely.
The black woman loves you when you don't care. Listen to what I'm about to say. When you don't care about her negative critique of you.
Yes.
Amen to that.
Amen.
You know, dig? When you can say, listen, I love you, and your perspective matters, but it's not the end all be all with regards to my own pursuit of greatness. See, that puts a woman in a different space. Now a woman wants to be a team player. But when you're weak and you're coming to them looking for strength, they tend to be like, get your weak ass out of here.
Exactly.
Right.
You understand? It don't mean that they don't take you on as a project. It don't mean that they won't nurture on you. It just means you're not at their level. And when you're not at their level, they treat you like a child or they treat you like an adolescent. See, what women do, and I seen my sister do this, for the babies, she babies them. But when they get a certain age, the expectations for them motherfuckers change. And women do the same thing with men that they take on as projects.
Right.
You understand? So in the beginning, I'm going to nurture you. But as this shit goes on, my expectations for you grow. And I ain't going to keep nurturing your ass. And you not. See, what happens is niggas that get nurtured by the mama figure girlfriend turn into ask holes. They keep asking.
But let me ask you this or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a woman for that. I need a woman for support. Like I can do all the minor stuff on my own or whatever.
So what's your definition of support?
Okay. If I'm working all day and I'm taking care of the household and my woman or whatever, I don't know how to cook. And I ask a lot of women, hey, do you mind cooking for me? Right? Not because...
Let me ask you, how old are you?
I'm 32.
And how old are the women you normally date?
Here normally, or recently, what I've encountered is I encounter older women who already have a family, and I don't have a family, but I'm looking for a family, and I want a family. But it's like all the women who I encounter have already been married or have several kids, and they want to they want me to be in a relationship with them, and I look at them like I can't do it because you've already ran your course and you're just looking for me as a fallback.
So you don't even he doesn't hear a lot of this shit. Can you, as ladies, explain to the turn off? Yeah, because he done turned off the.
Well, he turned off because I don't think you realize the hypocrisy and everything you just said. Like you said, you date older women who have families and kids already, that you want a nurturer, but you don't want to be with her because she already has a family. You can't do that. So basically, you're saying you date older women who are mothering, but you feel like she can't mother you because she's already mothered somebody else. That don't make no damn sense, any of that.
He said she ran her course.
Right,
Wow.
like you want someone to mother you, but you don't want to date mothers. You only date mothers.
But this is a perfect caller, because all that bullshit he just rambled is the reason why he's insecure. This is the reason why you attract, watch this, inconsistency.
Yes.
A woman can't fully get down with a mind such as yours. You got to dump a gang of that bullshit you got rolling around in your dome.
And learn how to cook, nigga.
And love yourself.
You understand?
Learn how to make some eggs and stuff.
But what I'm saying is, if you first off, don't try to do shit, just do it.
Right.
See, when you start doing shit and failing at it, you get better at doing it.
That's right.
I don't know if somebody should meme that up real quick. I think that was
Real.
memeable.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't memorable. It was memeable.
Memeable.
It was memeable.
Hey, one more question, Zoe.
Sure.
Okay, I always hear you speak on the Pisces woman, but I never hear you speak on the Pisces man.
Nigga, you Pisces. There it is. It's good. Now we got it. Oh, man. We clear. Nigga, you didn't listen back to this show. You'll understand what Pisces men are. Let me just say, the basic shit about Pisces is this. Mental of the emotional, right? Always overthinking shit. And you can learn anything. You can study anything. You can grow and develop into anything. But the environment has to be fucking comfortable. When the environment isn't comfortable for a Pisces, they tend to disconnect and start daydreaming.
Right.
But when that environment is comfortable, motherfucker, they can learn anything. Oh, jack of all trades type niggas. Just wake up one day with an idea to be a chef. Nigga, I'm gonna be a chef. I've been watching fucking Emerald Lagasse. I'm about to be a chef. Bobby Flay, nigga. And they can learn that shit and pick it up and start cooking.
Mm-hmm. And start cooking.
You know, dig? But here's the thing, though. You gotta, for the water signs in particular, you gotta go against your natural proclivity, and that is emotional comfort. Who the fuck are you in the heat of the moment? You don't get to check out and daydream, my nigga. That is gonna be the measure for development. And a lot of Pisces men, look at Shaq, Pisces man. Love Shaq to death. But in the league, they called his ass the sleeping giant. I'll give you 28, 10, 15, whatever, because it come easy.
Mm-hmm.
But they called him the sleeping giant because they said if you make him mad, he really gonna go off. So whenever Shaq got mad, he hit you with 60. Do you get it?
Should have kept
So
him
the
mad.
Pisces man is like a sleeping giant. You know, if shit is comfortable and shit is cool, he got food, he could sleep, he could have sex. That's the key to Pisces men and women: food, sleep, and sex in no particular order.
Mm-hmm.
If they can grind and work so they can get back to food, sleep, and sex, nigga, we're winning. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times Pisces do the bare minimum, right? Just to be comfortable. But let me tell you this about Pisces too. There's 3 different types of them. The superstar Pisces probably is one of the hardest working motherfucking zodiac signs there is.
Yeah.
The superstar Pisces.
Right here.
You know, dig? So all I'm saying with you is, man, like, you got to stop looking for a mama.
Yes.
You got to break up with, first off, you got to come to the realization that you didn't have it. And that's okay.
I'm just not coming to that point.
So watch me hit you upside the dome piece with this. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, when he was at UCLA. You understand? The league, NCAA, took away the dunk. Say, nigga, you don't get to dunk no more. We don't like the way you're dunking on white people. You're just dunking on far too many white men, and we don't like it. And at the time, he's Lou Alcindor, and he knew this was racially motivated. You guys took away the slam dunk because you know there was nobody in this league that could do shit with me. So he was upset about it. But then John Wooden, legendary coach, white man at UCLA, said, they don't know they made you better. Take the fact that they took away the dunk as an opportunity to get better. You know what he did? Motherfucker developed a sky hook. How you gonna be 7 foot tall with a sky hook, my nigga? It's unblockable. Now, because he developed that hook shot, he becomes the #1 scorer in NBA history, over 38,000 points. Niggas could not block it. He's 7 foot shooting a sky hook, the most unstoppable shot in the game. And it couldn't have happened if he didn't start with lack. We're going to take away the dunk. Nigga, the universe took your mama away. That's an opportunity for you to find a way to reach the place you want to get to.
Yeah.
As opposed to babying and nurturing the wound that says you started with something that you absolutely needed to succeed with. No, you don't. Not everybody got a mama, not everybody got a daddy, but that don't mean not everybody gonna reach what they're aiming for.
That's right.
You under dig?
Thanks.
All right, man. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it, PM.
I appreciate it, though.
I need another one of my drops after that, PM. Hit me upside the dome piece with one of my drops. Let's go. And don't forget, hit the super chat. We need your donations right now. Hit me with that, bro.
The Zoe Williams Voice of Reason show.
Not that
Serious.
one. But that's fine. I told him to label him. He's Phil.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call.
You are now tuned in to the voice of reason. The big homie Zoe is your host this evening. Zoe Williams, many, many topics. Talk about everything, ain't nothing out of pocket. Whether your partner is after you for profit, or how to tell if your relationship is toxic. Knowledge is like the beat and we drop it. This old funny ass nigga is a Gnostic. So tune in for wisdom and jokes. Talk about everything from fam to medicinal smoke. So, if you got a problem and it's an answer you're seeking, tune in to the Foxhole's Voice of Reason. Chill.
I love these drops. Hey, play the weird one after this one. You're listening to the Voice of Reason. We over here vibing, talking about insecurities. Sugar Crisp. I gotta put Sugar Crisp on the payroll.
Yes.
They be supporting like a mom. Somebody said, who's sitting next to Zozo?
Oh, shit.
They own you right now. Turn this up, man. Turn it up.
So I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice of reason.
Did you say pimp, pimp, pimp?
I should.
Pimp, pimp, pimp.
Hey, I love it, man. We be playing these little records and whatnot, man. Vibing and shit. I love it. But this show is serious. We be laughing, you know, but it ain't funny. True or false? A healthy relationship is comprised of two healthy people. Becoming overly meshed in a relationship can lead to poor boundaries, a diffuse sense of your own needs. Maintaining your sense of self-identity and taking care of your needs for personal well-being are the keys to keep a healthy balance in relationship. A lot of people don't even know how to be by themselves. while they're in a relationship. A lot of people scared to be by themselves in a relationship. If you asking for your partner's passcodes, you're insecure. If you've already gone and found out what they are and crossed the boundaries, they could be wrong as two left feet, my nigga. But if you've gone that far to prove your intuition right, why you gotta prove your intuition right? It's there for a reason. Spider-Man don't say, let me go see if my motherfucking spidey senses is right. He know the spidey senses is right. That's part of his superhero power. My shit is tingling. Some shit's up for real. You understand? Women always looking for proof. That's what Big Mama told you. Didn't Big Mama tell you? You go looking for some shit, you gonna find it. Right. Didn't she tell you that?
Yeah.
That's the same as the double slit experiment. You go in there looking from your level of consciousness, you're gonna find exactly what the fuck you looking for. That reality gonna manifest. If you go into a relationship with insecurities to be protected, you're gonna manifest an insecure relationship. If you go into a relationship with a perspective of greed and selfishness and me, you're gonna manifest a selfish, greedy motherfucker. You understand? Insecurities are textbooks, spiritual textbooks for a relationship. They're supposed to be cracked open, studied, and then graduated from. I know niggas don't want to hear this shit. I fucking know that. Is that right or wrong? What does that feel like in your spirit when you hear me say something like that? Does it sound like bullshit? Does it sound like bullshit? Go ahead. Does it?
Oh, I thought
you were
talking
talking to
I thought he was talking to you.
Oh.
He was talking to her.
I was looking dead in her eyes.
Because I thought you were talking to them, so I was listening. No, but you could go ahead, because I know you were going to say something.
Well, actually, I was going to hit another corner. That really wasn't what I wanted to say. Really. I really kind of wanted to just tap on the fact that a lot of people are calling in about them not having their mothers or their fathers. And because the way I grew up, I didn't really have my mother or my father all the time. I was from place to place, grandmas one minute, uncles the next minute, aunts the next minute, back with my mama, this place and that place. But as I look at it, it can be a sad thought thinking, hey, well, you weren't really raised in one place. But one thing I know, I wouldn't be half the woman that I am if I was raised in that one place. Sometimes obstacles and the things that happen to you make you the person that you are today. If you lived in the house with your parent, they may not even have allowed you to be the strong person that you are today. So I know that if I was raised in the home with my mom particularly, I would be probably worth not too much. And not to speak bad upon my mom. I love my mother. God bless her. But what I am saying is that my obstacles and the things that I went through made me a Swiss Army knife. I can handle every part of life, from the street, Hollywood to the boardroom. I got you. And so my mother can't handle that, and a lot of people can't handle that lifestyle. So I believe what I went through only made me stronger, and that's why I'm able to touch lives of people, because they know I understand. So you got to go through it and live it to be able to speak on it. So if you're without a mother and a father, hey, don't let that slow you down. Hey, maybe God did that so you can be stronger. Maybe you can go back to your mother and father and teach them something, or maybe you're going to teach your children, or maybe it was a lesson just for you or a friend. But don't look at it as something bad, because you don't know what would have happened to you in that house. So
hit us upside the head with that truth, God damn it.
You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it as something bad, because I could look at it and be sad too, but I'm not sad. I'm grateful to God that he saved me.
Amen to that.
Let me just say, would LeBron James be LeBron James if his daddy was there?
No, probably.
And I would say that, okay.
No, but before you move, I just want you to settle in on that thought, though. Would he? It's easy for motherfuckers to be like, yeah, he'd be even better. You don't know that.
Right.
His dad being in his life could have changed his trajectory altogether.
Right. Yep.
So dad not being in his life created the vacuum necessary to create LeBron James. Exactly. Now, LeBron James is a human being. He got flaws like all the rest of us, but I think he's done pretty goddamn well for himself.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, he did. Tiff?
Well, in regards to like insecurities and the learning and the insecurities and reflecting, like for me, going through the relationship that I went through and leaving the relationship and taking a moment of self-reflection, regardless of how I was done wrong or whatever, taking some self-responsibility was as he did me. He didn't really do me wrong financially, but he did the whole situation wrong financially. And there was a crux in our relationship where that I realized he saw that as an opportunity. I was actually, when we first met, I was completely, like a 780 credit score, had it all together, savings, all of that. But then I started my first business, right? And business, you learn in business. And my number one first lesson in business is that I am a giver, and I always gave to other people more than myself, or even in the security of the business, which left me upside down at the end of the first time I started my first business. And I learned a lot, but that gave him the crux to be like, oh, she feels insecure now because she doesn't have the same credit score. She doesn't have the same amount of, money and savings or whatever. And that put me in a position. So that helped me learn. The insecurity of like that unstableness was one of my biggest relationship lessons, was like, when there's a hole in something, you might have started secure and then became insecure. Mm-hmm. People talk about insecurity like it's a personality characteristic or it's fixed, but it's variable. So you need to know how to manage that. Like, okay, like you might have started really secure in a certain area, but then something happened and now you're insecure. What do you do to get it back?
So let's talk about secure attachments,
Mm-hmm.
right? That happens when you're young. Right? I think it was Bowlby, right? You remember, I'm sure you've done the research on Bowlby and his attachment theory.
Oh yeah, attachment theory all day, every day.
Don't make me check your credentials.
No, I was gonna say, man, it's been a minute since I read all that grad school information, but no, I actually used to specialize in attachment theory, so that's messed up. Yeah, that's like a specialized area of therapy for me.
This is how I get down. You under there.
I was like, Bowlby. My brain didn't go
attachment theory. You have securely attached babies who, when the parent leaves the building or leaves the room, the baby is fine. The baby is inquisitive. There's no crying. The baby's not searching for the parent. Baby's okay. Baby's ready to even crawl on an edge or something.
Right.
I'm cool. I could fall off this motherfucker, but I'm cool because I'm securely attached.
Yeah.
Now, a kid that's not securely attached, soon as that baby think that parent is leaving the building. Tantrum.
Well, one of two things, tantrum or the other side of is
shut down.
Shut down. They don't even care or notice.
Yeah.
So
well, that's a different kind of attachment.
So yeah.
So you have the secure attached, you have the insecure or unsecure attachment, and then that middle one is kind of like indifference.
Yes.
And those be some other kind of babies.
Yes.
On the psycho side of the game.
Yes.
Like,
that's the side of not sociopath, but actual psychopath.
This nigga crazy right here. He didn't give a fuck that the parent left at all.
Or come back.
Come back. Like, watch this little nigga.
Yes.
This is a Charles Manson.
Yes.
But what happens is if the shit is not resolved, see, that's what relationship is. It's a vehicle. It's a school. It's a spiritual school. Niggas always say, Zoe, why are you talking about relationships? Because the black community's relationships are fucked up. That's why we don't have unity. Imagine what our organizational skills would be if we regarded each other differently.
Oh, goodness.
If we considered and respected each other like we consider and respect dogma, religion, right? What if the religion was, that's our people? Like really fundamental, like that's our people. Not I fuck with them because they large now. I fuck with them because they celebrity. No, I fuck with them because they people. They are people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I said that on one of the very first shows you had me on. I was like, one of the issues with black community is that everybody has ego. Everybody wants to be a messiah. No one wants to be a disciple.
Ooh, I can smoke a bag of that.
Yeah.
Look at Tiffany up here helping me. Help me, baby. Help me. I need it. But again, a lot of people would rather compete, right? I'm not even going to go into that. I'm sorry. Caller, you're on the line. I want to hear about your insecurities. How can I help you? What's happening?
Hey, Zoe.
Who is this?
This is Devin, a.k.a. Papa Midnight from Texas.
Papa Midnight.
What's up?
What's up, Papa?
Is this Papa Midnight from Constantine?
No.
What's happening, pimp? Talk to me about your situation. Let's go.
Okay. Well, two things. The first insecurity I have that I don't think a lot of people would admit is an acceptance insecurity.
Oh,
And-
rejection, acceptance. Yeah.
Yeah, acceptance. And from my experience, it comes from when I was a child. Because I'm what Corey would call a side baby. My daddy was married, but not to my mother.
That's big. That's
so
big.
So when I go over to his house for like get-togethers, because I grew up in the country. So when I go over to his house for get-togethers, this is about the only family I get a chance to mingle with. Is them. But they had this thing like, he's not my brother.
Let me ask you this.
So we're gonna.
Let me ask you this. Did your dad ever show desire to want you? Or was it?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
He's old school. I was my dad. I'm the youngest of all my kids. Dad has like 9 kids. Everybody is up in age. My sisters and brothers probably like 20 years older than me. So I'm kind of away like that. So I'm not like close. So when you come in like, this is your uncle, me and my niece are the same age. So usually I go over there doing like Thanksgiving, Christmas. Christmas was the worst, in my opinion, for me. That's why I don't like Christmas to this day. Because I go there and all my presents would be from my mother. Not from my father, but everybody else is getting gifts from grandpa and grandma. So it's kind of like, okay, Devin, your gifts over there. Open your gifts, have a good time, so-and-so.
Right.
And that's it. So growing up, I was timid. I wasn't quick to try to rush to get to know anyone.
So wait. With the expectations now, right? Grown.
Oh yeah.
Now you have to break up with the expectations you have with those people. See, a lot of times we'll feel entitled because it didn't happen. We'll feel like, okay, all those years you didn't come through in the way that you were supposed to come through. It's almost like you're keeping score of that.
Yeah.
You got to stop the game altogether. Because guess what?
Yeah.
It don't matter. The only thing that matters is how you value yourself. Now, let me just say, it matters when you're young, right? But if you carry the fact that they didn't nurture you or support you in the way that they were supposed to as you was coming up, you're going to carry that into every relationship and contaminate every relationship because that shit is toxic.
True that.
You're going to go in with expectations based off of that wound. So now you got to find a way to say, what makes me great? What makes me meaningful? What makes me dope?
Yeah.
And when you start discovering, you understand, like, man, even without their support in the way that I expected them to support me, even without it, I'm pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
Just like I said earlier in the show, women like to see you win. If they see you win a game, they can also weather you losing one. You understand? See you winning a game in life. See, let me tell you something about family that be on that bullshit. When you start winning the game, they start coming to visit.
Right.
Start claiming. You understand? They want to be a team now. They want to say, I'll do you. In that moment, got a you could just keep elevating because it's all self-generated.
Yeah.
You create the reality you want to live in.
Yeah.
And you want to say something? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I had a second point too.
Sure. We at the end of the show. Got 60 seconds.
Okay.
You 8 points. Appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much. I got to wrap it up, man. I love it, man.
Big Papa.
This shit was fun, man. Let's everybody give their information before we get Tiff Talks. How do we find you?
Tiff Talk TV on all social media platforms or on Facebook and my website at tiffanyram.com. That's RAMM.
Tiffany Ram. Mimi.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mimi, and I can be found on Keeping It Real with Mimi on all social medias, and you can check us out tomorrow night, 7 p.m., accelerated.net. You can just tune in. We're going to be clowning, keeping it real with
Hey, Donnie Keith. Peaches in the building. You can reach me at Donnie Keith, DAUGNE. Last name is Keith, KEITH, on Instagram, Facebook, all of that good stuff. Come on down to the Ice House on the 16th of December and laugh your ass off.
Damn, I wish I could go, but my son is eligible and he will play against Oregon.
Awesome.
Fresno State. I'm going to be in the building like, yeah.
Hey, shaking them.
Okay. Whoop. Okay, I'm sorry. Rhea.
Well, you can find me on social media at Ria's Vendetta, and my name is spelled different. So it's REIAUHS Vendetta. And I'm also online at vendettanailbar.com for my polish.
Vendettanailbar.com. Go Cash Mob right now. Hey, man, I loved it. Tonight's show was fire. You girls were amazing. The callers were amazing. The topic was dope. I'ma see you Friday with another heater. You already know how we get down. I got love for y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. We out. Deuces.